Okay, I don't know about you guys. But
I'm hungry.
I want
I'm
to rush through the second half and get to the wings.
The smell by that barbecue, Bob, was excellent.
Suicide wings.
Mike's suicide wings.
Yeah.
Delicious.
And if it's
How do you find them?
you go, put it down with this sucker over here, forget it. We're complete. Now let's get to World Series Game 1. As we mentioned, clearly the two best teams facing each other. So now you have Ike Deed and the Dodgers, and A.B. Saka and Rip It and Grip It, and or Grip It and Rip It, and this.
When you give him the trophy, if you give him the trophy,
It better be the right
you gotta
one.
get the right name on the trophy.
Now, we didn't have a chance to do position by position because
Right.
of
The rain.
Usually vote was.
We wanted to see, do it. But I personally feel that Rip It is the best team in the league, and the Dodgers are the second best team. However, that game 1 was, put them in a little bit of a hole right now. I mean, you're up now you're down 1-0, and you need a sweep in one of the next 2 weeks to win the series against Udit. So. But
We didn't even make our predictions.
The thing that hurts them the most is that they had this game.
Yeah.
This game belonged to Grip It and Rip It. They were up 4-2 in the 6th inning, and they were in cruise control, tell you the truth. A.B. Saka was looking like he was not going to give up another run the rest of the game. At one point, he struck out Eddie Hakeem, who was one of the best power hitters in our league. Yeah, and they were in major cruise control at 4-2 in the 6th inning.
And they hadn't lost a game in ages.
Yeah. And
Probably
then
2 months.
And they hadn't lost a game, and they were on top of the world. Everything was hunky-dory.
Yeah.
And then at 4-2, Carlos Abadi was the runner at second. Jackie Tower was up. He hit a long drive. It looked like a gapper right off the bat. Center fielder Shulman caught the ball, but it was a very deep drive. And Carlos Abadi tagged all the way from second and scored.
Really?
Take the third and then
Smarty
scored.
wasn't even running on the hit.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess he figured if it dropped, he knew he was going to score.
Right.
And he scored to make it 4-3.
Big move.
And then, in the last inning, with the bottom, the last licks for the Dodgers.
No, but how did they tie it to 4? It was at.
Yeah, I'll tell you how they tied it. A.B. Saka in the last inning with 6, 7, 8 coming up.
Yeah.
He got through the heart of the order in the 6th inning, only giving up that 1 run.
Right.
But then with 6, 7, 8 coming up in the bottom of the 7th, he walked the first 2 guys.
Really? And doesn't walk anybody.
Doesn't walk anybody.
Yeah, he
It's
walked.
You gave us that stat.
Yeah, we have
was
the book right here.
Yedid.
Zolta and Yedid walked.
Right, Zolta and Yedid.
And then
who was up after him?
Joe Zaccaria was up. He singled to load the bases. And
So there's no outs?
no, there was a
Loaded?
field. Oh, then there was a fielder's choice play at the plate.
Right, Gabe Abadi made the play.
Got
That's what it was.
Got a great play home, and the kid Ike Schremm made a great play at home to hold on to it on a hard slide.
Right.
And then
It was a good, clean slide.
yeah.
Also.
And they still have the lead.
Down at the feet, so now there's 1 out.
yes,
Bases
and
loaded.
David Simon was up, and he tied it up with a sac fly to right center field, and
Right.
then Carlos got out to end the inning. So so they tied it up at 4 on that. But so now we get to the top of the 9th, and A.B. Saka was up, and he smashed a leadoff double right off the bat to put run. So he was at second base with Michael Rishti up. And Yedid was bare. Yedid was upset after that double because he felt they could have made a play on it, but it was a very hard hit ball. Michael Rishti got out, and A.B. Dweck walked, and then Stephen Tesh to fielder's choice, and then Adam Shulman, who's clearly been struggling at the plate this offseason, popped up to end the inning, and that was it. And then the bottom of the 9th, Norman takes
Bottom of the 9th got pretty interesting as the bottom of the 8th actually. The Dodgers looked like they were going to win the game. Okay, David Rishti led off the inning and got on. And who's up after David Rishti? Help me out for a second, because he got on also. So there was men on first and second with nobody out.
Oh yes, David Richty led off, and then JT was up.
JT was David Richley led over the double, and they walked JT, right?
JT walked.
Okay.
Yes.
Now Big Soli gets up to the plate.
That's intentional.
Oh. Might have been
Unintentional.
intentional.
Right.
Oh, this was a great.
Okay, this was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Big Soli gets up. He hits a ball harder than you could possibly hit a ball.
Rips it.
It looked like it was directly into center field. Maybe it was hit too hard that there was going to be a play at the plate. It was a very, very hard hit. Perfectly hit right on the nose. Michael Richty catches the line drive. The line drive actually brought his glove further back. It was hit so hard. And promptly steps on second base to double off David Richty. It happened so quickly. I don't know if David Richty should have actually been on the base, if he got caught napping. I'm not sure.
Right.
But it just happened so quickly. Boom, just like that.
Yeah.
There's only a man on first and two outs
Two
now.
outs.
Next guy, first pitch.
Yeah, Hakeem.
Hakeem hits a ground ball to second base, and just like that, two pitches,
Yeah. it
and
was-
the Dodgers rally is over. But Michael
Yeah.
Richty saved the day
Oh,
right there.
it was a great play, and he smoked it. And the truth is, David Richty, you can't really blame him. That was a smoking line. You couldn't even believe the guy was behind him. And
It was a wild play,
Yeah.
and you thought for sure Grippett's now going to win it. You know,
Right,
after
After that.
escaping that, they're for sure going to win it.
So now the bottom of the ninth, that was the bottom of the eighth, the bottom of the ninth.
But what happened in the top of the
Well,
ninth?
the top of the ninth was where A.B. Saka led off with that double, and they
Oh,
didn't
okay.
score. So, they had a couple of guys on that didn't score. And now take us to this last
Okay, the bottom of the ninth starts.
Nathan Zoltan.
Again, the 6-7-8 is up. Nathan Zolta. Okay?
Now,
Dead pull
anything
hitter.
about Nathan Zoltan we noticed this year, tremendous amount of power, but as
dead pull.
dead pull as you could possibly be.
Okay.
You can literally stand on the foul ground.
So what do you do if you're A.B. Dweck, left fielder? You're playing as far as you possibly can because the guy has a ton of power.
Yeah.
And you're playing as far to the
Left.
line as you can because he hits everything either on the line or foul or
Yeah.
fair within 10 feet.
Right.
Okay, so he's playing as far as he possibly could. Nathan Zolta hits a 500-footer in that it went 250 up and 250 down. All right, but it didn't go that deep.
Right.
It was like a bloop high pop that if most people were hitting that, it would have been a regular fly ball.
Right,
But
right.
because A.B. Dweck was so far deep, you saw that the ball was going to drop. And everyone from the Dodger bench is screaming, double, double. Nathan
Right.
Zolta's got to hustle to get to second base.
Yeah.
The ball's dropping. A.B. Dweck's charging to
Yeah.
try to catch it. He makes a full dive. The ball actually hit his glove. I saw A.B. Dweck today. He told me the ball actually hit his glove. He almost caught it. When I saw it live, I didn't know if it was that close or not. He dove for it, which ended up being a mistake because then the ball got by him.
Ball got by him.
It trickled by him. Nathan Zolta running as fast as he could.
And a fast
Rounds
runner,
third, charging home. A.B. Dweck picks up the ball, relay to Gabe Abadi, play at the plate, safe. Game
Close?
over.
Close?
Game over. Wasn't really, I mean, you saw he was going to score.
Right.
You saw he was going to score, but it was just
And how ironic, what was the final score?
5-4.
5-4, the same as Kirk Gibson's walk-off homer 23 years earlier
Right.
for the Dodgers.
And the same as the Dodgers last
Yes.
week, also 5-4.
So, classic game, and they were jumping up and down. And, we spoke to a couple of players on Grippet, and they were a little upset about the extra celebration on some of the Dodgers' part. They thought
Well, it's a
it was
World Series game.
Yeah,
What
but
do
they
they
thought it was a
want
little
to
too
do?
much for just the first game.
I don't know. About
I
that.
know. It
Walk-off
was-
home run?
Yeah, well, they didn't like it, so they're using it as motivation for next week.
Okay, now credit to Grippet though that they didn't point fingers at anybody after
No.
the game. They were very professional. They
At least on the record, they were.
on the record they were. I don't know what they're saying off the record, but I noticed also. I looked at their bench. They weren't talking. They seemed okay with how they played, but they let one get away. They definitely let this game get away. This was their game.
Yeah, I think the better team lost that first game. I'm not, something about the Dodgers I'm not 100% sold on. They have a great pitcher and probably the best player in center field, but there's still some questions in the infield and the defense and.
They made a couple of mistakes yesterday on the base paths also
Yeah.
that I noted. They're not the smartest team when it comes to each individual.
Right.
In
And it
terms
could
of
be
baseball.
attributed to youth. Very young team. what
Very
you
young
mentioned.
team.
So I think that frustrates your deed a lot.
Yeah.
Which is But all I know is if this is any indication of the rest of the series, if this is going to go 5 games. It's
Now we didn't get a chance to pick the selection because they started right after the semis were over.
Right.
But so honestly, I think you probably would have taken the Dodgers.
I would have taken the Dodgers, but I was more impressed with Grip It and Rip It in the loss than I was with the Dodgers in this win.
Right.
And I think in the game 2 and 3, I think Grip It and Rip It takes a 2-1 lead in games this upcoming week. I really like the way they play. And A.B. Saka, wow. I asked Jack Jamal after Saka eliminated Insane. He said he pitched great. Very tough to hit. Inside, outside, high, low, hard, soft, everything. So A.B. Saka is the heart and soul of that team. And
Sakowitz.
He throws awfully hard. I mean, you've seen it from when he first came in till now. I mean, his velocity's picked up tremendously. So basically, you're saying you're picking Rip It to win the next 2 games, and
then the Dodgers to win the next 2. Yeah,
so you pick the Dodgers to sweep 4 and 5. Wow.
Yeah.
So you're going out on a limb. I'm still going with Rip It.
Yeah,
to
same
win the
thing here.
series. I really think they're a better team, and I think that one loss is not going to change anything.
No, they've won many in a row.
Yeah.
13 in a row, 12 in a row, whatever it might be. So to win 3 out of 4.
but the Dodgers at full strength haven't lost 3 out of 4. I don't think they lost without Yedid there.
Right.
But with Yedid and JT, and they have a good offense. They all can hit. Eddie Hakeem can hit. Big Soli.
Underrated also. We keep saying it every year. David Rishdie, great hitter.
Yeah,
I mean,
Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos also. Although he was a little shaky in the field, and he's got to pick that up defensively because it's it's a key spot. But nothing falls in center field. I mean, it's just like it's ridiculous. It's the gaps and the short, nothing falls in.
He doesn't seem like he's running in center field
exactly.
either. He's just floating until he gets there, picks up the glove finally, and catches the ball.
I guess Griffith's going to be at full strength next week with the return of Lior, so they'll get a big bat.
Right.
And I still think that they're going to pull this out.
Well, I was Grip It. I was looking at their whole team, and actually, Jack Zolta mentioned this. Jack Zolta was in the booth as an analyst. You're going to see on the site we have play-by-play of the last few innings. It's good coverage, but Zolta mentioned how Grip It and Rip It's draft. If you look at it, their late picks are all contributors to their team. More than any other team in the league.
You got Zach Ashkenaz in the 11th round,
Yeah.
which was just the outright steal, and Shrem also contributing. in the 10th.
But even like the 7th, 8th, 9th round, all these guys are contributing. Michael Rishdie, not the star players on the team, just the role players they're all contributing. They don't have anybody that's doing nothing.
But he traded away a few picks to gather up some 2nd and 3rd and 4th round picks too.
Well, he felt he wasn't going to get.
He didn't get it first round.
He wasn't going to get any top-notch, bona fide superstar, so he might as well accumulate.
He didn't pick anyone in the
and he
first
wanted
round.
to secure a pitcher, which and looks like it was probably a brilliant.
He did
move.
great. He looked like he had the best draft / trades of anybody. Look at the team he assembled. Every position is strong. You can't hit the ball to one position and say, "Oh, they're weak at third."
It was also an unbelievable contributor. And Stephen Matesh is a great first baseman. I mean, I know Sammy Tal gets all the props, mostly self-induced, but he's unbelievable fielder. He really is. And you get some throws that are a little wild, but he makes all the plays, and they're solid. I'll tell you, they're solid all around, and they're an extremely close team. I feel that they're still going to take it.
Last year I said Stephen Matesh is the best defensive first baseman in the league.
Yeah.
And I got in a lot of trouble for saying that. So be careful with what you say on the live air here.
He holds grudges, Sam. I didn't talk to you for several months. You're almost banned from the awards.
I was almost.
He says check the records, and Sammy Tal great in his own right, but Stephen Matesh very underrated. Yeah, I mean, listen, the guy's an 8th, 9th round pick, and he's Sammy Tal has always been a high pick. So, but I really feel this series is just going to go the distance, as we mentioned, and it's going to be, I think, go down as one of the classic series in the history of the YMSL.
I just hope Grip It doesn't get too down after that loss because they had that win. That's a tough loss.
You want to know the truth? I think the fact that it was the last game of the day might have helped them because if they lose a game like that, it's very hard to rebound and play another game after that.
You think it affected them that they played a game before that?
No, it's 2 games. If it was a third game, I would say something. But listen, they did play a 10-inning game. But I think they played great. I think they outplayed them yesterday. They really outplayed them.
So do I.
You know, just a couple of things didn't go their way, and you know, they just got a couple of breaks, the Dodgers.
And Dodgers didn't panic at all. Down 4-2, down 4-3. They were cool, calm, and collected.
Sorry, Shahir Bar.
Okay. I forgot about that. All right, we actually got a call coming in. Let's see. Solely from Oakhurst, you're on the air.
Hey Bob, what's going on, boys?
Hey, how are you, Solely? We're just recapping your amazing victory yesterday.
Yeah, man. We actually didn't play pretty well, but we still pulled it out.
You had to think you had the game-winning hit when you hit that ball in extra innings, no?
I almost had a heart attack when he caught that ball. I put his arm full. I don't know. I hit the ball right on the button. I don't even know where he came from. It was amazing. He made a sick play. I don't know how. He didn't really have to move too much, but just a reflex. I don't know. I really hit that ball hard.
And his arm actually snapped back when he caught the ball. I was shocked at that play, but you can't hit it any better than that.
Yeah, I can't even believe he got the glove on it, to be honest with you. But he made a good play, saved the game for the moment. But our team picks each other up next inning, finish it off. That's all. That's our name of that game.
Take us through the Nathan Zolt bloop, single, double, triple, then it was all of a sudden a home run. How did it look off the bat to you?
It looked like it was going to fall, but when we played Rip It or Rip It, I think it was the second week of the season, I hit a very similar shot towards the line, and A.B. Dweck just made some retarded parallel to the ground diving catch on me. So anywhere, he's very aggressive, and I don't think at that point in the game he should have did what he did. But he made an effort, and it just came up short, you know.
And yeah, A.B.
It was a fall, but you leave that aside, you had a chance. So we're just hoping we would get by him, and we get the home run from Zolta. So it looked pretty good, and it worked out for us, not for them.
And A.B. Dweck actually mentioned that it was pretty much the same exact play that he caught in week 2 against your team. I didn't know it was against you specifically, but you're right. In that situation,
you got to look at the runner. You got to look at the,
leadoff.
You got to look at the the situation, the bottom. Listen.
Yeah.
I guess if he made the catch, he would have been the hero. But
Take it from me. I'm not whole life. I've been very aggressive in the outfield, and that's what did my body in. But when you get that feel of the ball, you just want to make the play.
Right.
In a basketball game, you know, 3 seconds left, you want to hit the three to make something spectacular.
Right.
And you know what? If he lets it drop,
when you're an aggressive outfielder, you do it.
right.
Thinking at the moment. You know?
And also, if he lets it drop, and then you have a leadoff double, and you guys end up scoring, he's going to be regretting the whole time that he didn't go for the ball and try to get the out.
Right.
I agree. I agree. But to take that chance, I don't know. I mean, you can't get down 80 flex work because it just happens.
Right.
It happens.
So
It wasn't a bad play. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't an error. It just happened.
So give us your thoughts about your matchup with Griffin. I mean, do you feel you obviously played him in week 2, but I think it's a completely different team than what you saw earlier in the year.
I look at them as a very solid team, a tough team, but I'm also a guy that looks at my team, and I think we're pretty much better. I just looked at us. We have our weaknesses like every other team, but if we get our act together on the infield, I don't think anybody's stopping us. We have a big edge with IQD, that pitcher. Nobody really sees it, and now, like I said, the young guys on our team actually see how hard it is. That it doesn't really give us fun hit, So he's a big edge for our team, and it worked for us all season. Every week, teams come in hot against us, and we sweep them. So that's how it works. Same thing with serial killers. They always think that you guys will beat us. They came in hot, winning 5-6 games, and we beat them. We took the first game, we finished the series, and now with Rip and Rip It, they're also very hot. We take the first game, which was to us the biggest game, and we played like crap, I think.
Right.
Right.
But we pulled it out, and we win it. So
carry is very good. He's got a
Right.
great arm. He's a great player. All right, Solly, good luck the rest of the way.
One last thing, I just wanted to give props to Nathan also. The whole season, he's been hitting the home runs, but his batting average wasn't too good. It wasn't hitting, and the guy just completely, the last week of the season to the beginning of the playoffs, he is on fire. And every week, I believe he went 7 for 7 his first 7 at bats against Arian Killers, and he just comes out every week. You know, he definitely stepped up his game.
All right, so we'll hope he continues the rest of the way, and good luck, Solly.
Yeah, well, maybe one of you guys could actually pick us to win a series.
I picked you. I picked you last week to beat Zuriel.
Norman.
I picked you to beat Zuriel.
I did give me a because Bobby and
No, I picked you, and I'm picking you now to win the World Series. Grip It and Rip It thinks I'm crazy. I never picked
You gotta
them.
do it the hard way. Can't you just come out and say Grip It over one game? That's gonna take 2 games from us.
He said 2 games. Norman said grip it, sweep this week.
I think going with a split is very safe. I usually don't like picking splits. You win one, you lose
You
one.
like to go out of the box.
Yeah, I like going sweep. I think you guys are going to win the World Series, though. I made that prediction before. I picked you to beat Zuriel Killers. I've been saying it all year. I think you guys are the best team in the league.
I think we are, but I'm not taking anything from Grip It and Rip It. I think they're a very good team, and we cannot overlook them in any aspect of the game.
All right, Solly, good luck the rest of the way. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Mark from Brooklyn, you're on the air.
Bobby?
Yeah, you're on the air. Speak up.
Hey, Bobby, guys, what's going on?
Hey, how are you, Mr. Sabag?
This is Cheesehead Sabag.
Yeah.
Before we get to any baseball, okay, can you please bring some of those links to Brooklyn? I'm starving over here.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because right now we're going to give you the number where you can order these wings. It's 862-23.
Hold on, let me take this down.
Yeah.
I like how that's funny.
Oh, they're spicy. You
They
ready?
smell delicious, by the
I'm
way.
going to repeat it. 862-23 wings. Once again to our viewers, 862 area code 23 wings. Mike's Suicide Wings.
That's spicy.
I'll let you know in about 5 minutes once I hang up on you.
And
so.
Mark, Wings, W-I-N-G-S.
And if you notice the area code 862, they're from South Texas. They fly him in for you.
Now, Mr. Sabag, we saw one of your hits yesterday. It looked like you had a couple of wings on you with that tremendous triple you hit.
Oh my God! Those are a relief. After the season finally came through with something huge, let me just tell you what it was. Sanchez got an unbelievable first pitch fastball. I realized in my first at bat he got ahead of me. He just burning pitches right past me, and so I just realized my first at bat I got to sit back on it and just wait for it. And I'm like, great thing. I got a good piece of it, and at first I thought maybe it was gonna be a fly ball. It just kept going, and it just went over the West head. So it was a great relief, and I got to tie the game, and just things got really, really interesting after that.
Now, Mark, later in the game, you were up with the bases loaded. I believe you hit the fielder's choice that Gabe Abadi made that nice play on and threw the guy out at the plate, right? That was you?
Yes.
And then we have it on video. You were doing something at first base, which struck everyone as very odd. You took your helmet off, and you were pounding it into the ground with 2 hands. And what was going on over there?
Let me tell you, I was coming up to the plate. I was a little picky at first. Slowly, as he pulls me over, he goes, "Be a hitter, have fun." Everybody just telling me, relax, take a deep breath. Really, the truth was, I was a little nervous at first because I really wanted to come through. I felt very comfortable, but at the same time, I knew the situation. All I was really trying to do was put the ball in the air. So and the last thing I wanted to do was pop out a ball ground out. And unfortunately, I grounded out straight to shortstop. All I had to do was put the ball in the air, and that would just give, it would have just taken a lead. We would have won the game on that. And I grounded I grounded out, and I was so frustrated. Just very frustrating because I can't even get into it. I can't even get into the real details. I was so frustrated at that point.
But to your credit, that was a pretty hard hit ball. Gabe made a nice play on it to throw home.
I think you're so distraught. We're gonna have to keep the Suicide Wings away from you.
I looked at it. Let's just try to send some of those links to Brooklyn. I'm gonna call this number because I'm too starving over here. I gotta wait till I get to this wedding so I can actually eat.
Okay.
I mean, this is going to be a very big series. Just by seeing the first game, two great pitchers on the mound, two great teams. And let me tell you, potential at first base is definitely. I mean, as a first baseman myself, I mean, just coming to the league is my first year in the league, but just watching the test, definitely gave me some advice also. You know, after Lotus bad throws, he told me you got to always make sure you're off the bag to make the stop the throws, especially on this field. You got the street, and automatically the second, the ball gets past me.
Right. So now, who do you think's going to win this series? Who do you think's going to win this series for the right to play the Cheeseheads in the real World Series, like the real great team?
Listen, the Cheeseheads will never beat the Dodgers. Just once this year, that was a cheap shot. Dougie, you got a blue little double, which okay, you got your shot. But next time, Dougie, you're gonna see, I'm gonna go 5 for 5 against you with 3 home runs and like 20 RBIs.
I think Dougie's drafting you next year.
Let me get into this league a little more.
Mark, you know, people have played this league maybe 15 years, 12 years, and have never won a championship. And now
18, right?
you're 2 wins away from getting a championship in your rookie campaign. How does that make you feel?
Unbelievable. I mean, I'm going to get Jackie first pulled me up. I haven't played baseball in a year. Very lucky. He called me, listen, we need this spot. I need to come play. I told him, Jackie, I can't do it. I'm not going to be able to play. I'm very lucky. I haven't played in a year. I haven't swung a bat. I haven't played catch. And, you know, gladly I did. You know, I showed up my first week in a pair of Nikes and a pair of shorts looking like a jet band. And believe it or not, I get gripping and rip it when I couldn't even stand in the batter's box. I still stand in the batter's box. But I joined an unbelievable team. Let's just make a long story short. This is one of the best teams. I sent it on the email. It's one of the best teams I've played with. I mean, I played with a lot of baseball teams, but this is one of the best. We always stick together. We never put each other down. You know, we have Tony, who always gives me great advice. David Richie, who is probably, I would say.
Here we go, the roster. Let's name the whole roster now.
Why don't we tell us what Ike Deep the advice is giving you?
Ike Deep scares the shit out of me. I do good job. I don't try to make conversation. I don't put him in conversation with him. Ike knows he's a man. Ike's a veteran. You know, he also has good advice. It's just a little scary to be around, and I just try to stay back because he'll take my head off if I say the wrong thing. But Ike's really the man. We always stick behind him. You know, and we have trust in him, and I listen. No matter what he says, I'm going to go by it. You know, I believe in Ike.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Zabog, we're getting a little hungry here. We want some wings ourselves, so we're going to have to cut you off.
This
I'm
guy,
going to make that a you guys later.
All right, have a good
he sounds like a young Douglas DeWeck, like what Douglas probably sounded like when you was 21, 22, 23.
Can he hit like
I
Douglas?
can't remember 20 years ago.
I can picture. I predict that you may draft him next year. By the way,
Maybe I'll draft him.
So I think that's it's about it for this game and the rest of the series. You know,
so
me
games
and,
2 and 3
me and
are
Douglas
this Sunday.
still going with the team that's down 1-0 to rebound. So games 2 and 3 at Fireman's Field, 9:30 this Sunday, and there should be 2 more barn burners, and I think our ratings are going to go through the roof. Try to get there a little early, and you know, we might even have valet if we're talking about it.
And remember, if there is a game 5. As per tradition from last year or previous years, there will be a national anthem if there is a game 5. I believe Abe Salem last year.
Abe Salem will be singing. Huh?
National anthem game 2.
Oh, games 2 and 3. Hatikva also with we're gonna have next week. Yeah, stay tuned for Abe Salem and make sure you come and huge.
By the way, amazingly, just amazingly. The guy that went on the field and grabbed the ball, the walk-off ball that Nathan Zolta hit, gave the ball back for free, just for tickets to the rest of the World Series.
What a loser.
You're getting
$250,000 for that ball.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Wow. Just to have to get access. Actually, we're gonna bring him as a guest. We're gonna bring him as a guest next week.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, he wanted that more than the $250,000. Right now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm in the mood for some wings, and we're gonna take a break and indulge.